Okay, as you can currently see, we are below $44,000. Where not long ago we were above 48,000. Ethereum is approaching $3,000. Everything is basically down tonight, except AVAX, but it's still down over the past 24 hours. Blood red in the markets. Everything over the past 24 hours. Look at that. The 24-hour low was 42,669, and then it was just close to 48,000, and this was within the past 24 hours. Over here, if you remember, April, that wasn't too far away. 64,000, 64,500. Some people are saying that this looks like a bull trap. Maybe so. Look at that steep drop off. We were at 52, 53,000, then bam. There was a huge crash, massive crash. This was not too long ago. This was early September. And then we went up to 48,000, 49,000 even. This has been a rough period in September, but people are saying buy the dip. So welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today we're discussing about Bitcoin being in pullback mode. So initial support looks to be at $40,000, $42,000. This could stabilize everything. But right now we're still in the $43,000 range, and there has been a $50,000 resistance level that has been tested multiple times over the past few weeks, but not enough, I guess. Buyers ultimately overbought signals. They took their profits and we went down. The relative strength index, the RSI, on the daily chart dipped below the 50 neutral level and is not yet oversold. That suggests a period of consolidation, and it could persist between 40,000 support and 50,000 resistance. On the 4-hour chart, the RSI is the most oversold since September 8th, and that was around the time of the last massive crash, and that preceded a brief price bounce after a 19% sell-off. Short-term buying could occur, although upside appears to be limited beyond $50,000 at the moment, given strong overhead resistance. Now we're going to go into an article that discusses of why this is a good bear market right now. This is a little crash right here. Buy the dip, and hey, everything's going to be better in the next few months, possibly even in October. So there's varying opinions here. Some people are saying that even though the price has fallen down, there's still some bullish indications, and not everybody's giving up just yet. So it's not the end of the world, although a lot of YouTubers are already crying that. You know which ones I'm talking about, the ones at the very top, the perma bulls who have suddenly turned bearish. I'm just watching from the sidelines, just observing and hoping for the best. So, the best bear market ever. 5 things to watch out for Bitcoin this week. First of all, El Salvador is buying the dip. Amid turmoil in traditional markets, this was started by the Evergrande saga in China. You might be asking, well, what is the Evergrande saga in China? It seems that every time Bitcoin crashes, there's always an article about China. So Evergrande is a Lehman Brothers moment for China. A firm too big to fail, and sometimes it does fail anyway. Evergrande Real Estate Group suspended bond trading on Thursday. It is the latest episode in a saga that saw the giant receive multiple ratings cuts. There's $300 billion at stake, and comparisons to 2008, the Great Recession, were made almost immediately. China's Lehman moment. The money printing will be massive. I repeat, massive. Mr. Plan B, he's the creator of the stock-to-flow family of Bitcoin price models, said to all of his Twitter followers. He said this is good for Bitcoin, though. Plan B was referring to a potential government bailout of Evergrande or the wider-reaching implications of its meltdowns, which various sources warn could hit multiple sectors of the economy, both inside and outside Beijing's jurisdiction. Plan B also said, I'm definitely spot long, I'm bullish, said it the last week. I think this week will be noisy, lacking a lot of info. I think we could go as low as 41K, but in my opinion, we're going to 56, 58,000 and just chilling in spot. I have no plans to trade the chop. Potential bearish catalyst on China plus FOMC on micro. This be a beach week. Spot long corn. Okay, he's using a lot of interesting terms. In my opinion, 56, 58,000 in October. Overall, the mood remains firmly in favor of upside returning across crypto markets into Q4. Among those buying the dip is El Salvador, which kind of needs to, but they purchased another 150 Bitcoin for a total holding of 700 Bitcoin. This is a lot of money we're talking about. Even with Bitcoin's falling down, if you're purchasing 150 of something that is worth $43,000, that's a lot of money. They can never beat you if you buy the dips, says President Nayib Bukele. Mr. Peter Brandt says Bitcoin is holding up like an absolute champ. As a veteran trader, he noted that the precious metal market is almost at lows from 20 years ago. The price of gold is approaching the cheapest levels ever set in 2000 compared to the NASDAQ 100 index. Bitcoin is performing much better than expected, despite the rest of the markets out there that are indirectly related to cryptocurrency being down. The S&P 500, for example, is on track to close below its 50-day moving average for the first time since June. Given the dollar rise, its near cycle high, weakness in stocks, plunge in metals, Bitcoin is acting like an absolute champ as it rejects notions of moving into a deep cycle low, relatively very strong. The USD strength is indeed clearly noticeable, with the US dollar currency index nearing 94 in a classic headwind for Bitcoin. Should this change, though, Bitcoin is poised to perform much more strongly. It's clearly in place for Bitcoin to just slide along. Since 2019, Bitcoin prepares for its first 5 straight difficulty increases. Bitcoin fundamentals have never looked better. Both the difficulty and the hash rate for miners are refusing to trend downward, indicating that miners are bullish right now. Mining difficulty, which has been tempering the impact of May's Chinese mining rout for months, is now due to put a 5th consecutive increase on Tuesday. This is a very rare event. The last time that the difficulty increased 5 times in a row began in late 2019 before the March 2020 cross-market crash. Even the subsequent bull market, when it went up to 64.5, 64,600, 700, almost at 65,000, wasn't able to repeat that. We weren't able to get the 5 difficulty increases, but now there is a lot of hope in the air. For those who believe in fundamentals that price action must follow network fundamentals, the outlook seems more bullish than ever. The hash rate confirms it. Despite meddling price performance over the past week, estimates continue to show 140 exahashes per second on the network. This means it's 17% below all-time highs. While Bitcoin massively dumped the hash rate, it actually increased. This shows a relative strength in bullish demand. Now, another thing to look at, Bitcoin's realized cap is now higher than spot's price 2017 ATH. That was at $21,000. Its 200-week moving average, commonly held to be a definitive price floor and a level that Bitcoin USD has never violated, now stands at $15,600. Plan B has said that the relationship between realized cap, an expression of the market capitalization based on the price at which Bitcoin last moved, and the 200-week moving average is a useful gauge of market growth potential. Previous price cycle tops, notably in 2013 and 2017, were accompanied by a large gap between the two metrics. This time, however, the opposite is true, and the odds are on for Bitcoin being a solid buy. Now, data from Google Trends shows that Bitcoin is just as unpopular as it was in mid-July, when Bitcoin USD traded at above $30,000. So this means that fewer people are discussing about it. Popularity has fallen down a little bit. Analyst William Clemente suggests, though, that such conditions are perfect for Bitcoin price action, delivering a surprise shakeup. Only in December of 2020 was relative search interest lower than it is right now, but this came right before the main phase of the Bitcoin bull run really took off. People's interest is weaning off, but as soon as they see a little bit of price action, they're like, okay, let's get back into it. Bitcoin broke out of a bull flag last night. It set a higher high, funding at 0.01%, and my feed is dead silent. Excellent, he said. Investor sentiment is ideally placed at present, with the crypto fear and greed index in neutral territory. Greed has yet to return to feature significantly recently. Right now, we're in a very interesting spot. The total market cap has fallen for all cryptocurrencies below 2 trillion. It's approaching 1.9 trillion. So a few $100 billion was just wiped out. Bitcoin's dominance is at 42.6%, and Ethereum's did go down a little bit to 18.6%. And hey, we have 12,000 cryptos currently listed on CoinMarketCap, probably around 14,000 in total, but most of them are pretty bad projects. Money grabs, 90% of them, but then we have like a good 1,000 that might be decent, and out of that, a few hundred that have potential to change the world, and out of that, probably like 50 that are actually revolutionary. So that is it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,400. Really appreciate it. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye.